My name is Logan Mazer. I am a resident of Quorum, and I came here to speak out against the two proposed maps that the Commission has put forth, or I should say the mystery lawyer has put forth. The maps that we have presented to us back here make dramatic changes to the lines of the current boundaries of the district that we see today. This does not best serve the residents of Brookhaven. Legally, the only two districts that need to change are Districts 2 and District 6. The map that I submitted to the public email for the Commission, and I have brought physical copies for you all to take today, is a map of lease change. This is a map that I put together that takes parts of Ridge that are currently in CD6 and moves it just across the way into CD2. This map maintains as much of the current boundaries as it can while bringing both CD2 and CD6 into alignment. The other minor change it makes is moving election district 140, which is currently in CD1, and moves it into CD2, as this is a community that is mostly part of Mount Sinai and therefore should be merged with the rest of its home hamlet. This map is about maintaining communities of interest and not creating confusion among voters. Mr. Sweeney has mentioned a lot about compactness. This should not at all be the #1 priority of you guys, members of the Commission, and the Town Council who will end up voting on the maps. These are not just lines on a map, they are communities full of people, and that cannot be quantitated through compactness, whatever that may or may not mean. These are people who need communities that need to be maintained together, and as little change to the current boundaries would be ideal. Now, ideally, I would love to see Quorum, which I am a resident of, moved all into District 4, but I understand the numbers may not align with that. But what the lawyer has put forth is maps that split Quorum even more and in different ways than we already have, and that is unacceptable. The other comment that I would like to make is regarding time. Mr. Sweeney has repeatedly admonished residents today for going overtime, whereas he has sat here for over 10 minutes and lectured us about numbers without giving us any reference for what those may mean. I'm sorry, but you should not be yelling at Mr. Costell for going over for 15 seconds when you sat here on your high horse for 10 minutes lecturing us. These are...
Logan, if you can wrap up, your time has expired.
He's got no standing. He's illegitimate too.
I also want to discuss the process of which these maps were made. As I learned today, the map which I created seems to have equal weight to the two we see back here because the Commission weren't even the ones that made them. It was the mystery lawyer who we have never met. And I concur with Mr. Hoffman, who has said that he might be sitting among us, and we would never know. We don't even know his name. The process is ridiculous. And I'm thankful that we have these hearings, but it's not enough. There's not enough transparency. I have a map that, at least it uses census tracts, that at least someone can see sort of where they live compared to the election districts. The map that we have behind us, unless you sat down for 2-3 hours like I did to match them to the EDs, you don't know where you are. It's ridiculous. So I'm just here to speak out against the process and against the two proposed maps, and I urge you to adopt a map of least change. It's what happened 10 years ago. It's what should happen again. Thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. Logan. So there's been some comments and criticism that some of the maps that were submitted by the public did not have any details behind it, just a representation of the map. Do you have details that you could also submit to us so that we could look at your map and also look at the statistic that you just mentioned?
Absolutely.
That would be helpful to us, and I think that would be really helpful. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.